Come on, child, listen. You know, one of the things that I have been coming to terms with, I think within the last, I'll say year or two, is the reality of how stressful even going through the pandemic was. Like, life is stressful in general, but then there are added variables that are often out of our control that reveal just how much stress we're constantly under. There are some moments where we find ourselves feeling like I literally cannot take another thing. Get somebody else to do it. Sometimes I don't even have capacity to be nice. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, because right now my spirit is so bad that I need to be at home sometimes so that I can have capacity to engage with people. I love, Dr. Jill tells me sometimes that, sometimes she tell me I'll see her, sometimes I won't, because she says I'm not fit to engage with people right now. I need a minute to make sure I'm good. And I know many of us come from a philosophy that if you're not paying bills and you haven't gone through anything, that you don't have anything to be stressed about. And while that is true from your advantage point, if you go back in time and realize what it was like for you to view your family coming apart, for you to wonder how the meals were going to come together, for you to feel that rejection and abandonment, you recognize that even as a young person, you were experiencing stress. You just didn't have language. That what we're carrying emotionally, what we've been exposed to in our environment, is now affecting our bodies. There is a correlation between what happens to us, the things that our responsibilities, the things that we have now had to process, and how it shows up in our body. There are moments where our trauma, when unaddressed and unprocessed, shows up in our body. So you think that you just have high blood pressure because of your diet, and maybe to a certain extent it's true, but maybe it's also that you've been carrying that secret for so long that now it's showing up in your body. Conditioned to override our body. When someone tells you something like, listen to your body, you don't pay it any attention. But your body is sensitive enough to send you a message about what's happening in you and around you if you're willing to tune in. Plans of the enemy has been his ability to make us think that our spirituality and our faith in Jesus is simply relegated to our spirit and our mind, and it has robbed us of the ability to recognize that it is also a part of our body. So when we learn to override our body, to not pay it attention, to not listen to it, we also miss out on the opportunity to receive the download that God wants to give us about the environment we're in. People who are now raising children to listen to their bodies when they have to go hug a stranger and they don't want to. They tell you, don't make your child go hug that stranger if they don't want to, because there's something in the child's body that is making them not want to connect with that stranger. I know it's your uncle. I know you've been around them forever. I know you know them and trust them, but their body is trying to tell them something. And when we tell them to override their body, we make them desensitized to trusting what God is trying to download into their spirit. Your body knows how to talk to you. That's why you leave some people and your head is hurting. There are some people who are quite literally not good for your health. Anytime I leave from you, I start feeling nauseous. Anytime I leave from you, my bones are aching. I'm so tired and weary. I had all this energy, then one phone call with you and I need to close the curtains and get back in the bed. I don't think you're good for my body. This doesn't even mean that we have to cut them off completely. It just means that I have to take you in doses. You got to come back next week, because right now my body can't handle being connected to you. Right now I'm up against a real devil and I can't fight this same devil you keep inviting in. You're not good for my body right now. I got to create a boundary. I'm not saying I'm gone forever. I'm just saying you don't have a refill this week, because I don't have capacity in my body to carry your thing and my thing. And when I leave your thing, my thing is heavier than it needs to be, because now I'm carrying your thing thing and my thing, and God can't even give me wisdom from my thing because all I can think about is your thing, and I need God to talk to me about my thing because my thing is eating me up alive. It's showing up in my body. That thing is keeping me up at night. It's showing up in my body. I'm sorry. I got to get clarity right now because my body's trying to tell me something. I pour my heart out. And I say, God, this is what I've been carrying. God, this is what's been stored up inside of me. And when we lay it out before God, most of us just stop at that point, and then we miss that the second part says that the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds. There's something that happens. You pass on your burdens, you pass on what you've been carrying, and then God passes you back something else. When I lay it out before God, a transmission takes place. Now all of a sudden, where I once had the potential to be anxious, I now have the opportunity to have my heart and mind guarded and to experience peace. That means in order for him to be effective in the call, he could not keep on carrying not even the highlights of what had happened. He couldn't carry what happened behind him, who he used to be. In order for him to be effective in this moment, he had to forget those things that were behind. Why did he have to forget those things that were behind? Because in order for him to be present in this moment, he had to have a full integration of who he is right now. That means that I cannot afford to keep paying for the mistakes of who I was yesterday and step into who I'm called to be now. I can't be worried about what I'll look like tomorrow. I got to step into this moment right now. Sometimes the greatest prayer that you can pray is, God, make me present in this moment right here. I don't want to miss what this moment has for me. I don't want to miss who I am supposed to be in this moment. So make me present, not just in my mind, make me present in my body. There is an opportunity for a fully integrated faith. An opportunity. Child, my wig is up. Well, tell me about it. I don't care. Y'all don't think this is my hair, do you? I really don't care. Because I recognize what is really necessary. If the wig stay on or not, if the shoes stay on or not, I know what I'm really here for. I understand that I came here to lock in on something. So you can make the memes and make the videos. At the end of the day, one thing I know for sure is that me and God locks in on a word. And if this is a distraction, then let it fall off. Because at the end of the day, I believe that I am called to bring breakthrough in this room. And if I'm in the way of the breakthrough, then move me out of the way. Because what I want more than anything is for him to have his way. So I'm locked in on what God wants to do in this place. And if miracles are going to break out, then let a wig fall off. If miracles are going to break out, then let the shoes come off. If miracles are going to break out, y'all think I need this? I don't need this. I do it because it makes me look good. But at the end of the day, I know what's good. I'm about to take it off. It ain't never. Sometimes you need to see it from the platform so you can do it with your platform. It ain't always gonna be cute. It ain't always gonna be pretty. But one thing's for sure, it's gonna always be God. She took her wig off too. We gotta get out of here. I can just say what he said and it'll have the same results. But they didn't have his revelation. So they could not have his results. The power of the revelation of who you are to be in the earth requires that you embody it with such trust that you don't care what it looks like to other people. I promise you, one of the things I heard God say to me is that we have to embody the thing that we're talking about. Because God told me, I'm going to start whispering my truths in your body.